Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve your problems. We got Alex English back, returning. Thanks for coming, bro.
Thank you.
I'm realizing I have a Greek yogurt stain on my tank top, which is an incredibly Greek. Don't fucking use the laugh button.
You were eating it before we got on camera, and and I started seeing the yogurt on your mustache, and I was like, "Am I gonna have to tell him before?" But that would have been insulting. Yeah,
it really is like, just got a little Greek yogurt on my shit. I am a caricature. Just crushing Greek yogurt and grilled meats whenever my guests come in.
I feel like when I was here the last time with Devin, there was a turkey on the table.
Maybe a rotisserie chicken.
I feel like there was a chicken. Yeah,
we're big rotisserie chicken guys around here. We're huge.
My memory's good.
We're huge rotisserie chicken guys. It's the main thing on my rider is I must have a rotisserie chicken.
Is that true?
I swear to God.
You really be having people in comedy clubs going out to the Kroger. To their nearby Trader Joe's and picking up a whole rotisserie chicken. That's incredible, actually. And you just gave me a bright idea.
Yeah, dude. Because that's the thing. It's like, I say that, right? And immediately people are like, hilarious, he's fat as shit, right? That's the number one thing. And I get it on some level, but a rotisserie chicken's pretty healthy. And you're not being a diva. They cost fucking $5.
That's true. And you also can't trust a lot of these clubs to have the good food that you want.
Absolutely.
Because I have really bitten my tongue at some of these clubs. I'm listen, dude. These airport ass chicken tenders is not the vibe. No, dude. So I get it. Yeah.
It's like, because once you crack open the comedy club menu, there's no way I'm not going buck wild because it's all dog shit. So I'm gonna get tenders. I'm gonna get the buffalo bites. Come on, the Helium Comedy Club.
If you're in Madison, if you're in Wisconsin,
shout out to Madison. Yep. Thank God that club. It's a great club, Comedy on State, but they don't have a kitchen, so you have to order.
Through the restaurant next door or something.
So you can get a better restaurant instead of a comedy club.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're the best. They're the best over there. But yes, once you crack, it's like inviting a vampire. You have to invite them into your home. Once you order one thing off a comedy club menu, you're ordering everything off the comedy club menu. You're getting shit to go. It's fucked up. So we get the rotos going. It's a beautiful way to live life. Eldest came to visit me because I've been in Baltimore hanging out. Eldest was just eating an entire rotisserie to himself a day, which you gotta respect. He was like, I'm being healthy, and he was making a yogurt bowl that had 4,000 calories in it. This motherfucker put a bag of walnuts, fucking maple syrup. It was awesome.
Yeah.
All whole food natural ingredients.
At that point, it's just Cinnamon Toast Crunch at this point.
Yeah, dude, it was hilarious. Well, walk the people through Eldest's famous yogurt bowl.
So here's what I do for my yogurt. Please. Of course, I don't measure it out. So probably realistically, I'm doing 1.5, 2 full cups of yogurt alone.
Which is the best part. That's the healthiest part of the whole thing, right? Is the yogurt.
Then I'll do some blueberries and or strawberries.
Yep. You're still looking good.
Then I'll do probably a couple, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, almond butter, whatever's around.
He's out of his mind if he thinks it's 1 or 2 tablespoons.
Now we're getting dangerous.
That motherfucker never even glanced at a measuring spoon while he was at he's fucking
You putting the whole thing of Jiffy in that bitch.
He's putting his shoulder get into that fucking scoop, bro. There's no 1 or 2 tablespoons.
And you got your granola, right? You put your granola on top of it.
No granola, actually.
What you putting on there? Lay's potato chips?
I do put salt. I put sea salt.
You put sea salt, yeah. Okay.
What else do I do?
The nut butter and the nuts are where you get crazy.
Walnuts as well as the nut butter.
Within the peanut butter, which is probably 4 to 5 tablespoons, if we're being honest, which that right there is, I'm going to say 500 calories. And then the bag of walnuts is awesome. Walnuts are the nutrition facts say 12 nuts for 200 calories. And Eldest is just shaking that fucking hitting the bottom of the bag on his shit. It looks awesome. It looks delicious. And then the coup de grace is the maple syrup to go with
a little maple syrup. I'll also do some chia seeds and some flax seeds too.
I know those bowel movements are crazy.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker disappears. This motherfucker disappears for an hour after that bowl, dude. He gets the rotisserie. The rotisserie is like when you pack a musket, and then that yogurt bowl. That yogurt bowl is the fucking fire, the gunpowder, and it just pop. It's just fucking
with the musket.
salute though. Salute. You were doing your little workouts. It was awesome. He was in my backyard, no shirt, doing fucking goblet squats.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was trying to do some little whole body squat shit going on.
Well, I'm exercise board now too. I'm in the gym.
Hell yeah.
All of us,
I'm in the gym.
we're trying to get it back. So that's why my place in Baltimore is like the health dojo right now. So he came over, and yeah, it's nice. It feels nice to be in the gym getting over there.
You know, I actively I had to go to an expensive gym. I learned that about myself because I used to be at Blink. And that's just like $10, $12 a month. Yeah. So
step up,
disappears.
It's Planet Fitness, but it's like you're pretending you're better than Planet Fitness. But it is Planet Fitness.
Exactly.
The same homeless men are showering in your locker room.
It's true. So I canceled that, and I was like, you know what? In order for me to actually be encouraged to go to the gym, I have to pay like $200, which is like what I'm doing. That's where I am. And now I'm like, this is. Get your ass up, because that money, I can see that money. Interesting. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. Plus, I thought, my initial inspiration for going to the gym was I thought that I was going to see Beyonce Renaissance.
You bought a metal mesh tank top you were going to wear.
I legitimately bought a shirt that I was like, I'm gonna get my chest together, I'm going to fill this fucking shirt out. And it was before, like, at one point, Beyonce had, like, announced, like, you all need to be wearing silver. And I was like, fuck you, I'm wearing this shirt.
I'm ready to go.
But only to find out that the tickets I was told that I could get, I was in Chicago doing shows. So not only did I like lie to myself, I lied to Marie Faustin also. She was like, we going to Beyonce? I'm like, I am in Chicago.
Didn't let her know ahead of time is awesome.
I owe her a major concert.
Damn. Fuck you, Marie.
But,
I'm glad you didn't get to go.
So then I just like stayed in the gym, no Beyonce tickets, and just like decided to continue.
That was the original thing, was to look good for Beyonce.
B, and then never go back to the gym. But now I'm in it.
Okay.
And I gotta say, like,
you
know, men are gross in the gym. Like,
absolutely.
it's and as a gay man, I'm saying that. Like, it's kind of wild. Like, the virile sort of just like, now I don't know what goes on in women's locker rooms.
Right.
What I assume good behavior is happening in women's locker rooms. I can only assume that.
Yeah, I would say so. I think
these locker rooms, Stav, it's pretty, because the one that I go to is near work, so it's like suit and tie guys, like powerhouse power players, and it's just like, oh, you guys got like fetish, you're presenting. These motherfuckers are walking around, dick swinging, like no towel on, staring with no shame, like just looking you in your eye, like I'm looking at you, like it's kind of wild.
That's what I was gonna ask, is that I do feel like the question when you were saying like your motivations. Me knowing what I know about expensive gay gym culture is that you do. It seems like there's hand jobs up for grabs in saunas. It seems like that's out there. So me being like, oh, nice. Well, it'd be like if there was a place where it's like I could work out and then some wouldn't have to be a hot lady, just an okay lady jerked me off in a sauna. I'd be like, I'm going every day. I'm going to the sauna. I'm going to the gym every day. So
I will say, and this is me speaking candidly.
Please, of course.
This is the only podcast that I go on and really spill my guts. I can say that I have gone to the gym a couple times. I've been preparing to go to the gym a couple days, being like, I kind of want to see some dicks today. It's not arm day. It's not leg day. I just want to see dick and ass. I just want to see
some dick.
If that means doing an hour, 45 minutes of just like lifting, to justify the fact that I want to go, just like, I got to get to the locker room.
That's awesome.
There's nothing, you should see my face when I walk into the locker room and it's like, not peak hours, and I'm like, shit, ain't nobody in here.
It's an old guy. It's an old guy weighing himself. This sucks. His old ass balls. His old balls hanging so much lower than his dick. It's not even close. Oh, dude, if I get 10 more years, I mean, my balls are gonna hang so much more than my penis. Oh, so I have huge balls and a little penis. When you lose ball elasticity too, it's not gonna look pretty. It's not gonna be a good photography package not that it is now, but it's gonna be bad. There's gonna be no way to make it look. I'm gonna have to get like a nut lift. I'm gonna have to get like some ball skin removed.
Like BBL for your balls.
Yeah. The way it's like ladies, some women don't get breast implants, but they get their tits just like you know how they'll sag too much, so they'll bring them up. I'm gonna need to do that with my nuts.
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought this up. Today, before I came here, I was showering, getting ready to come here. I was in the locker room, and I saw my very first trans man in the locker room.
Get out of here.
I gotta say, I was delighted. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And I kind of wanted to say something to them, but I was like, let me not be weird in here. I saw
nice
like,
pussy,
stars.
bro.
I truly was like, I saw the scars. I was I kind of like my eyes went down a little bit. I wasn't staring too hard, but I didn't see no bullshit. I was like, there's pussy in the men's locker room. This is great. I was so happy because the vibe was like, I think everybody, no one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck. Yeah, dudes really don't give a fuck. Like,
especially we're talking Midtown Manhattan. Yeah, in the expensive gym, it's like there's gonna be very few people who give a fuck.
Yeah, come on, bitch, get showered and go work out.
Yeah.
We are just trying to get swole.
Totally. Wow, pussy in the locker room. Salute to him.
You brought that up.
Yeah. That's interesting. And how many? Now, what number pussy is that you've seen in real life, Alex?
In my face
to face.
Oh, hella.
Oh, right.
Because I used to go to the strip club.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been.
I see.
I've been shown many a hole. No, I mean, let's see. I think
was that
intimately.
Yeah. Non-strip club.
It ain't a double digit.
It's not a double digit.
But it's non-strip club intimately.
Yeah.
I'd say 5.
5. That's pretty good because you were closeted for a while, right?
Closeted, if you can believe that.
Yeah, that's a tough sell now. But
I really did come into this today being like, how gay am I gonna be for this podcast? I feel like last time I was here, I kind of gave a little more butch.
Yeah.
And I got these loafers on. I got my little
I do like
hat,
the loafers.
We
are drinking a gay Diet Coke. I feel like it's pretty much. It's the gayest soda.
This is really pretty gay.
Yeah, it's gay guys and white women soda for sure. I was on a date with a girl and I got a Diet Coke and she literally was like, gave me one of those like Diet Coke, like I was being a bitch. Because I was like, I'm sober, I'm not trying to drink right now. She's like, that was when a bitch is like against your sobriety, you're like, all right, well, this is
you're a wild
something's off.
Something's
I would love to fuck you. The pussy's probably out of control if you have these kinds of problematic opinions, but. You know, come on.
If you're a white woman and you don't like Diet Coke, you like tiki
Yeah.
Because that's all I know white women to do.
They love it. They love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
they mainline it.
Yeah, in a Stanley cup.
Crack it open, pour a Diet Coke into a fucking limited edition Stanley. That's high level white women activities.
Yes, but
yeah.
Back to vagina.
Let's get back to it.
I've been saying this in my stand-up, and it's been ringing true for me the older I get. I'm like, I didn't mind it. It wasn't like I didn't like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've been trying to tell
you were neutral.
Yeah, I just was like, you know what I mean? All right. Because I hate these gay guys who be like, I've never had pussy. Yuck.
Right.
Ew. I'll be like, you gay. Like, for real. Like, like, that's crazy. You've never had pussy before? Like, how have you gone your whole life without trying it? How do you know?
Right. You're being close-minded.
You are. That's what I think. I'm like, but see, I hold straight men to the same standard. How do you know you don't like dick?
Sure.
You ain't never put one. You don't know that.
You're right. You
get guys.
Eldest is the time we sucked each other off.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like the comments are gonna be on my side this episode. It's like, hey, I'm coming with empirical data. I'm coming with facts. I'm like, hey, I'm better than a lot of men. Any gay man who's had everything, well, that would be a bi guy, I guess. He's had all of it.
That's true.
But I've tried it. Yeah, I've tried it, and I'm not disgusted by pussy. In fact, if some happened to walk in here right now, I'd be like, okay, come on, bring it on, girl, whatever. But I am I am a gay guy.
Of course. No, for sure. You're an incredibly homosexual man.
But make sure you include the incredibly.
Right. But there's no way you'd be like, you're on a sampler thing. You're not like, I would date a woman again. Probably not. Let's be honest here.
I mean, it would involve them consenting to it also,
of
which
course.
I don't think many women would be like, well, I'm getting sopping wet to Alex English. Like, that's not that's happening. Right. But if a woman ever, like, I would do the whole, who was it that Cher was in a relationship with? That guy, he runs Disney, I'm blanking on his name, but they were like I watched his documentary. God,
he's gay.
He's gay. No, not him.
Alexander Edward.
He has the yacht. No, that's her new boyfriend. That young
that
black
motherfucker
guy.
looks way younger.
He's like our age.
Holy shit!
There's an awesome video.
Cher out here getting the Mario coins knocked out of her pussy, dog. Like, I'm hats off to him.
Dude,
no,
that's crazy.
No, this guy runs like he's a billionaire. Like, she used to date that back in like the 70s.
Interesting. I mean, Sonny Bono died. That was her husband. He fucking
but
died.
she was in like David Geffen.
David
Geffen. She like had like I watched his documentary a few months ago and learned that they had like a serious romantic relationship that was like love. And I think like Cher even like knew that he was gay and was like fine with it. So if I found me like a Cher to like just post up with and just kiss on and love and not really have to fuck like that, that could really be my life.
Hey, I'm gonna guess it didn't hurt David Geffen had $500 billion in the bank. That makes you a little more open-minded when you're on the yacht.
I don't know. Gay guys got the cheat code for getting pussy though, because they don't care about pussy. So it's
that's
true. Do you know how many
Go ahead and cheat, girl. I wasn't going down there no way.
Do you know how many nights in college we went out? Me and like my loser friends would be on the sidelines of the dance floor, like just nursing beers. We'd see our gay friend who's like partying in DC every weekend. He was like making out with every girl that was out with us, grinding on them, like just.
I remember that guy.
Tongues. I was like,
that guy was awesome.
That was me. Yeah. I was still even like to this day, some of my female friends like will like. Kiss me on the lips, and I'm like, oh, haven't felt that in a while. No mustache, that's crazy. I forgot what a kiss with no mustache felt like.
You're so right, Aldous. I remember that shit. Being in college and being so nervous and being like, maybe we'll try and get pussy. Mm-hmm. And this guy just still has the cocaine he snorted off a congressman's dick in his system from the night before.
For me, I guess like being gay in college, it was tough because like. The college I went to, I wasn't really like attracted to any of the gay dudes there. They were all a little just too much for me for my college.
Where'd you go?
Sensibility, Central Michigan.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, in the middle of Michigan, just the casino and the college.
Yeah,
There's nothing else going on there.
Yeah.
And like, did I ever tell you about the time I got arrested?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so.
Please.
The only time I've been arrested, it was like my last semester at Central. Mm-hmm. It was like a little icebreaker, like fall party at the casino. That's the Soaring Eagle Casino.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
they were holding like college events there? Or?
They had like ballrooms and stuff. So like there would be some guys that sometimes didn't even go to the school, but just would throw parties there to get all the college kids to make some money.
Gotcha.
So we had one of them parties. We're pre-gaming at like my homeboy's apartment, and I'm like, I got on a red bow tie, I got on a fly ass shirt. I'm like thinking I'm really the shit, right?
Yeah.
And looking like gay, like Pee Wee Herman. You know what I mean?
Oh, I remember the Kanye.
Absolutely,
it was Kanye like slotted sunglasses aesthetic.
I had all of that going on.
We're the same age. I remember that.
So somebody spills like a whole half of a bottle of vodka on me, like a cold cup's worth. So I reek of alcohol at this point. By the time we get to the party, it's packed.
But you're not switching the outfit.
No, I'm no.
You have vodka.
I'm dressed. It's dry. So we get into the party. It's packed. So packed that the security guards aren't letting anyone else in, but they're also strangely not letting anybody leave. Because I guess in their minds, if we let people leave, that people think that they could come in because some people left. Right. But that was such a weird thing for them to do. So
you're just trapped at the party?
I have to piss.
Yeah.
And I'm being told that I can't leave out of the front entrance. So I'm like, what the fuck? I have to pee. I'm trying to tell you I have to pee. I look and I see like a door on the side. So I'm like, maybe if I go in there, like, cause I'm like, at this point, I'm going to pee on myself.
And there's no bath. What are we talking
there?
Here?
What? But like, it's a ballroom, so the bathroom's like across the hall. So
that's insane to not let people.
It's crazy. So I walk.
That's crazy.
I walk into like this doorway, and at this point, I'm like, I can't make it another step. So I guess I'm in a closet or something that connects to like a kitchen area or something. So I see like I see an empty bottle of water on like a shelf. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna overfill this shit, but I gotta pee. Yeah. So I'm whizzing into this fucking water bottle.
And where are you're just you?
I'm in between the ballroom
two
and like
areas.
Exactly.
It's like a worker's way to get between places.
Midway through peeing in this bottle, I feel a hand on my shoulder. It is a police officer, and I'm like, bro, you gonna have to let me finish first. Like, I know I'm in trouble. I see who you are. What? My dick is out, sir. Like, what do you want me to do? So I get arrested. First of all, I had walked when we got into the party. I had walked past the line on some like, oh, we getting in. I know the person. But the same people who saw me walk past saw me get arrested with a fucking red bow tie on, trying to like explain to the cops, not shutting up as I should be doing. Like I'm not drunk, I promise. Reeking
smelling
of the alcohol.
Of vodka. Dick out in the closet.
So I spend the night in jail.
Wow.
I mean, in the cell, whatever. It was so crazy.
Did they have their own little casino jail, or was it like?
No, we had to go. Well, no, they took me. Like they booked me. My name was in the paper the next day.
The paper.
My name was in the paper.
What the fuck?
But my friends, like this was like 2011.
Yeah.
So like Twitter was like a thing, but it was like
not really.
But it was a thing that you would do like amongst your friends.
For sure.
So all of my friends that were on Twitter in college was tweeting #FreeAlex. But then they were all like rallying together. Like motherfuckers was like loaning me like $30 to get me out, selling video games and shit. It was like little community
to get you out.
I had a little bail bondsman. It was like so crazy the next day. But while I was there, it was so crazy because like I was in a cell with like 10 other motherfuckers, and they was trying to feed me, give me food. I'm like, I don't want to eat this shit. What are you talking about? Yeah. And my
just like a big holding cell.
And a bunch of them knew each other. So I'm like, oh, so this is just like y'all Saturday, every Saturday. I was like, I was being so dramatic.
What were they in there for? Just regular shit?
I wasn't talking to the motherfuckers. I was trying to get up out of there, dog. That was the saddest I've ever been.
Yeah.
And so then I have a court date. So I had to go. I had to pay a fine of like $150 or something. But then like the judge was like, she was like very much like, you could be placed on the sex offenders list for this. I was like, I pled my case. So I was like, Miss, Your Honor, I was trying to exit this party appropriately. I promise you I was trying to.
Yeah.
And she was just like, disorderly conduct, and that's it. Nice. It's expunged now, I think. But
expunged. Nice.
That was the thank you very much. I have yet to get an applause for that story anytime I've told it.
That's so funny. That's so funny, dude.
But yeah, that's central Michigan in a nutshell. I went to school with Antonio Brown.
Oh wow, and get the fuck out of here.
So when he got released into the world, I was like, they not ready.
Yeah. Was he up to some wild shit back in the day?
He was a wild boy in school too. Like I mean, like it was entertaining for me. I didn't know it would be dark for others.
Of course.
Allegedly, but
he's done a whole host of wild shit. Mm-hmm. Damn, dude, that's crazy.
It was a wild time to be at Central. Like,
but you guys must have been good. I mean, he was good, right?
Oh, he was excellent in football, but like socially, it was like, it was like a whole bunch of those Miami guys playing football, coming to Michigan, going to school in Chicago. Not going to class, just causing mayhem, practicing and causing mayhem around campus for white women everywhere.
Like Florida just truly, they have some of the most incredible athletes. Mm-hmm. They have some of the best football players.
Mentally unstable.
But like, all those guys are like, they're all like Kodak Black. Mm-hmm. Like they all have that like Florida,
they are actually all Kodak
I mean,
Black.
Lamar's from Florida too, and he seems to be the most put together like superstar from. I mean, that's probably not true because Florida he has so many. But Lamar seems like he seems like an odd guy a little bit, but he's so good. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it did feel like he didn't get the vaccine. But hey, a lot of motherfuckers didn't.
I think we are at a point, at a critical point right now where you can look at someone and say, "I know you're not vaccinated."
Yeah,
I know. I know you say, "Fuck that."
And it's like, you know what, you guys, and then it's like it's coming around to the point where it's like, you might have by accident been right.
Right.
Okay? Right. It's like you might have by accident.
Alive,
yeah.
Small majority.
Yeah. Who knows what the fuck was going on? But so
were y'all like in any like what college did you go to?
He went to Maryland, and I went to UMBC, which was half hour down the road. Mm-hmm. It was like, just too low. It was in the University of Maryland system. So we were really close. I was very close to Baltimore, and he's about an hour outside, hour 15 outside.
Right. Were y'all part of like any like clubs or like student group, union groups and shit like that?
Eldest was go ahead.
I did Art History Association.
parliamentarian.
I was pretty involved. I mean, it was like the most meager student club you've ever seen.
Was so
probably
funny.
Like 7 people at any given time any semester, and just like
What were your most biggest successes as in the Art History Association? What did you guys get going?
Getting funding approved from the SGA to do like a $200 road trip to a museum in Philadelphia.
Who was in it, dude? What was the squad like?
I don't know. The squad was pretty normal. One of them was like some party girl who was kind of a senior. She was pretty cool, fun, normal. It's kind of surprising, and it was just like me and just a couple random motherfuckers.
It feels very close to my experience.
Yeah,
I was part of this group called the Collective Action for Cultural Unity. And I can't tell you a single fucking thing we did.
Yeah.
But like assemble every like Wednesday or whatever the hell. And like I do remember though, I think we were the group that like had to be like we had to like create events whenever like some racist shit would happen on campus. Like there was one time somebody in like the science department like was in like I guess like tied some like test tubes out of like as nooses and like that was like a big thing on our campus and it was like around the time of like the Gina 6 shit. Yeah. So we were like, I was like, I don't have to like we had to like put together, curate like panel discussions and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? I really. Man, imposter syndrome should have kicked in, but it didn't. I just was like, I can do this. I truly was so useless in college. Like,
totally.
I be having dreams sometimes that I'm back on my campus and like I haven't finished.
That's still, huh?
Accredited to get my like degree. And I'm like, I definitely graduated, but like there's always like that idea of like I don't even remember. I don't know how I graduated because I was like really fucking like. Bad. I was like, I went to class and shit and just did all the easy shit, but like I was partying every
you were getting real fucked
chance
up?
I got. Oh my God, yes.
I love it.
I mean, got my first STD. My final year of school was like insane because like I was like broke as hell working at McDonald's and TJ Maxx in a dirty ass apartment living with some other motherfucker who probably dropped out or whatever, just chilling in Mount Pleasant and like apartment dirty as shit, no furniture, sleeping on the floor.
Love it.
And
floor.
I had hooked up with a catch this male cheerleader. And that was the time I slipped up.
Yeah.
Didn't wrap it up. And I got I woke up, got into that apartment, pissed. I was like, ooh.
Really? The classic burn.
Had to go to the clinic, get the shot in the butt, dump it all out in 24 hours. But there's nothing I don't think there'll ever be a rock bottom for me more than like having to lay on the floor of my dirty ass apartment.
You were on the floor, not even an air mattress?
Dick, not even an air mattress. Dick on fire, calling McDonald's to tell them I can't come in, I'm sick. That was like, I have to get my life together.
My cock is inflamed. I couldn't possibly make quarter pounders today.
And when I tell you that really I was like, I'm not topping no more. Now that's not true anymore. I'm back. That really burned me, like literally and
I'm not dipping my cock in any of these dirty gay asses.
I truly was like, oh my God, is this what happens when you start fucking the girls? I didn't know. That turned me into a full-fledged bottom. I was like, I'm taking it from here on out. But that is no longer true. I'm actually
you're back.
I'm back.
Nice,
I'm
dude.
back
With age. Bottoms. Have you aged out of bottoming?
Yes. Yes. And that's a conversation that needs to be had.
It does fit.
Bottoming is a young man's sport.
Well, your asshole still snaps back. It's like a young. It's like an ACL. It's like Blake Griffin didn't dunk the same way in his 30s as he did in his 20s. Stop. You don't get fucked in your ass the same way in your 30s.
You are saying all the right shit. I don't care what nobody got to say about your opinion this matter because we share that opinion.
Thank you.
That is a young man's sport. I think after 30, hang your drawers in the rafters.
Special occasions, maybe,
Birthday shoot. If you want to bottom on your birthday,
get your ass fucked on your birthday. Hard. Don't have too much dairy, but beforehand. But yeah, go ahead.
There is I watch a lot of porn.
Yeah.
And there is nothing crazier than when I like scroll through and see like some 45-year-old motherfucker getting bent over. I'm like, no.
No. This is childish behavior. That's so funny. You said there were too many bots, so it's also
too many.
It's also supply and demand thing.
Really, I mean, you ask a lot of gay men, they're like, you know, yeah, we That's are overwrought with bottom acts. Like, where are all the tops? I'm adding myself.
You're stepping up for the community.
I'm doing it for the community. I truly am, but I can't. You know, I can't. I'm taken now. Stop.
Oh, really?
I'm in a relationship.
Really? How long you been dating?
4 months.
Good for you, man.
It's been nice.
That's great.
It's been nice. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Here's an issue I've been having. Not with him, but it's really within me.
Yeah, maybe I'd love to talk about this because you've been single pretty much the whole time we've been friends.
I've known you. I've had some like dating situations, but this is serious.
Yeah. Okay, it felt like all the other ones. It never really felt. It felt like
they just fizzle.
Yeah.
But this has been nice.
Yeah.
I have been thinking though. I'm like, I really do need to get like my life together when it comes to my living because I'm not like a decorator.
Sure.
My apartment's fine. He's even said so, but I'm like, no, because I've been in your apartment.
It's nice.
It's nice. He got plants. He got paintings on the wall.
Different fixtures on his doors.
Yeah.
Not the ones that came with the apartment.
Yeah. And I'm like, my apartment ain't really doing the same thing. So it's like every time that
That's what happened when you started topping. You stopped. You lost your eye for design.
I'm a little bit of a dirtbag. You know what I mean? I went to Paris in February. I still haven't unpacked.
I love it.
Clothes is everywhere. I'm like, yo, because it's not like I got like trash and shit everywhere. It's just unorganized. And I'm like, that's just me. I'm just a little scatterbrained sometimes, and I'm just like, and it's like, I live alone, so it's like. Everything, I don't have nobody to blame it on.
Of course.
I'm like, oh no, everything is here as it was.
Once it's just you,
So I'm kind of like, do I hire
a
person,
designer,
or do I just grow the fuck up and organize my place?
And is this? Are you feeling like an overall? Are you feeling like an overall like time to grow up thing? Like I'm in a good relationship.
He's very responsible.
He's responsible
in a way that I'm not.
Gotcha.
And I think slowly but surely that's starting to show itself.
Yeah. Well,
but he still says like, oh no, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm like. You don't mean it. But truly, every time we go out and it's like late, and I'm like, can we go back to your apartment?
I don't want to be. This is too late in the night to be faced.
I don't need you to see the fucking lube stains on my fucking, top sheet for me taking care of myself the morning before I saw you.
Yeah, dude, you need a fresh top sheet for that. Interesting.
It's crazy though, because like. My mom visits me every Mother's Day. And so since I moved into this like 1-bedroom, she stays with me. And I was like, okay. So that's when I really like tidy up. I'll be buying plants. I hung some paintings on the wall. I was like, 'cause I don't want her thinking I live in squalor or whatever. But it's like bare minimum though. I'm not like going all out. So even
and the plants will die within 3 weeks.
They all no plants walk out of my apartment. This is not conducive to any sort of life I want. But my mom is so funny. Like, she walked in and just saw like my setup, and she was like, I thought you were gay. I'm like, look who's the fucking comedian. Crazy.
Roasting your ass.
I thought I had a gay son.
Yeah, I haven't been to a fucking brunch. I haven't fucking gone to a drag show. You have no fucking paintings on your walls. There's no kitschy stuff on your bookshelves. What is this?
Truly though, that's how my stepdad kind of like, he praises me for that. He's like, you know what? My son's still a man. Might be gay. Might be gay.
Yeah.
Still a dude. And I'm like, I fuck with that line. I fuck with that line of thinking. Thank you. I love you too.
A gay guy, even a slightly homophobic man could love. That's a nice line to walk. Yeah, dude, I agree with you about the like, maybe it is time. I got a place in Baltimore and I'm trying to make it look, I bought a couple actual paintings. Like I went to a fucking gallery and I bought, like, which that is the only time I ever felt rich, where I looked at a painting on the wall and I was like, yes, I'll take that one. It wasn't like expensive, like, but it just felt like I'm like, yes, that one and that one, But yeah, I bought a little art. I did talk to like, it's not like I hired a fucking full-time designer, but I'm talking just to get somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, because I feel like I have, I give it my best shot, but it's not like my taste is that good, or even that I know how to put a room together. Like there's a couple things I love, like I can pick out a couple cool things, but I'm no fucking designer. But I feel that. I definitely feel a general sense of, the clock's fucking ticking, bro. And it's like, I feel like both of us, when you're doing anything with a weird path and you finally feel secure, you know, you've been at SNL for a while now. My shit's starting to feel like, you know, I've at least gotten through my head that like, I'm good for, you know what I mean? Like I'm secure enough where I can plan my life. And, you know, we're at the age where it's like, yeah, youth is gone, bro. You know what I mean?
Bottoming is over.
Bottoming's over.
Bottoming's over. I'm drinking Diet Coke.
Drinking Diet Coke.
I gotta buy some.
We're hitting the gym just to not die.
Just to not die. I'm trying to avoid potential injury.
Yeah. So it's like I definitely feel that, and I feel like, you know, yeah, you just gotta. There's a little bit of that. It's a strange time in life because no one wants to hear. Old people don't want to hear you talk about how you're getting old because they would fucking slit. You know, they would slit someone's throat to be 35 or whatever. Yeah. And young people just do mock you for being old. Like to them, you are old.
And I'm like, okay, good luck with that. Once you get up out the bed weird one day, you're going to be like, should have listened to Stav.
Yeah. But I'm with it. I mean, I do. I definitely feel that of like, you know, trying to make my shit look like I'm not a divorced father. Right. You know, you don't want to divorce.
Like I like, you know, like be solving murders and
You're trying to find your wife's real killer. There's no time
One single light bulb just swinging in the ceiling. That's definitely what it's giving in my apartment. But see, my mom tried to help me out. She I guess went online and like there's like this service that like you can take pictures of like, you know, from online and like frame them and they'll mail them to you like these little cubes.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I've seen those.
She bought she ordered like 20 of these, like half of which are like pictures of my family, pictures of family members and like me with friends at weddings and shit like that. Yeah. But then like the other half were just all pictures of me. My headshots. She took pictures of me like that were tagged that she loved. Like people at comedy shows and like my headshots. I called her. I was like, "What makes you think I'm getting ready to put these up in my apartment?"
20 pictures of yourself.
With my fucking Clarence Thomas, fucking me and Jesus. Like she was so mad. She was like, "Alex, I wish you would have told me that before I ordered it." I'm like, I don't know why you thought I would be posting pictures of myself around my.
Give it back to her.
I would look absolutely crazy.
Lunatic.
I would look insane.
You look like a fucking lunatic. I mean, you're in a relationship now, but imagine you like invite someone over to just to fuck, right? That's salute the gay guys. They got that figured out. You'll let somebody just come over that you don't know to fuck. Yes. And imagine being a guy. Imagine walking into a guy's place that you're about to hook up with, you don't know, and you see he has 20 pictures of himself. You're like, he's gonna kill me. He's going to kill me.
The dick is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So it's two things happening. It's two prongs.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did fuck up in some of the placement because there is a picture of like my mother in my bedroom, and I'm like, well, that's not good because I don't want to be coming.
You don't want that. You don't want that possibility. You do not want that possibility.
We gotta take that one down and put it in the living room.
Gotta go in the living room. No way. Yeah, I considered that too because I was like, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my bedroom, and I'm like, no loved ones.
No loved ones in the bedroom.
This is for busting. This is a place of rest and busting. This is not a place of thinking of the ones you love platonically the most. Oh, that's fucking wild. Goodness. But that's nice though, man. You're in a serious relationship and you're feeling good about
really good. You know, it's crazy though. Like, anytime I like start to seriously date someone, that's when like my Instagram like discover page is just like off the charts. It's just ass.
Yeah, they're trying to get you back.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm really going. I've been going on the record a lot today. And
I love it.
I'm gonna continue this.
I love it
because I've been making this is an observation both in the gym and on social media.
Yeah,
I want to apologize to white men.
Thank you. About time. Stop right there.
In the podcast. That's all I want to say. No, white men.
Yeah,
have dick.
Listen, you can take that apology back. Actually, it's not. You should have been more specific. No. This doesn't really apply to the men in this room, but
listen. I don't mean to trigger y'all too. Y'all are my boys. But I've been going to the gym. Between going to the gym and seeing what I've been seeing online, I don't know what the white boys been eating.
Right.
But like, they are out here swinging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ass too. I'm like, because I think the narrative for a long time, like in the 90s, you like watch those like Def Jam videos. You watch people. White men used to get ragged on a lot for having like tiny dicks.
Sure.
And I'm like, I don't know what it must have been a shift. shift in nature happened because I'm like, whoa.
When white women got asses, naturally the white dick had to evolve to keep pace.
The dick rolls.
To get past the bigger ass cheeks. That's possible. I mean, I definitely have.
That was an observation I've had lately.
At the gym.
I've been in the gym like,
wow, look at these guys.
Whoa.
And you didn't date a lot of white guys or no?
Some of my black friends would say
that you did.
He been doing that. But actually, we was just having that conversation with Marie yesterday. I was with her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Everybody making this joke. You show up with 2 white boys back to back, and now Alex only fuck white boys. No, I am equal opportunity. I fuck everybody. All right, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But the thing is, though, like for me." The whole race thing was just like, oh, I was only having sex with black dudes because I'm from Detroit and that's all I saw.
Yeah,
so like, my first boyfriend was black. In college, I had a boyfriend that was black. When I first got to New York, all I was fucking was niggas. And then then I discovered Latinos, and I was like, hello. I was like, all right,
this is fun.
Yeah, this is cute. And then I dated a Filipino guy before. Yeah, you went to another white guy, and now I'm in Brazil.
Oh, look at you! Good for you. A little tour of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had like a very. I was closed off before, like earlier. You know, I was always like, I ain't fucking no white man. Like, not for me. Yeah. But I met the right one, and I was like, oh, okay, I could do this.
Sounds pretty good. I can figure this out. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I think about that because most of my early jacking off was black girls because I went to Baltimore City Public Schools.
Yeah, that's what you're around.
So I would, and I haven't fucked as many black girls as I would have liked. High school
There's still time. No.
There's still time. There is still time. We'd like to get it, gals, if you're out there, if you want to make 14-year-old me's dreams come true.
When you're on the road, do your audiences, you have black women in attendance?
Yeah, but not as many as you'd like,
Are they like waiting? Are they like waiting? Okay, so let me make a public.
On the road, I'm trying to think.
Black women in America, go to Stav shows.
Thank
okay,
you.
Put this in the clip.
Thank you.
Make it short. Like I'm telling the black women.
Thank you.
Go get laugh. Yep. Come single. Come single. Yep. Get your pussy nice and good and wet from laughing.
That's right.
And
listen to this man.
And come get Stav. Come get Stav some of the best black meat he's ever had.
I would love nothing more, gals. Look, I don't want to. If I have kids, you think I want to make another white person? No, but that's not up to me. Who's gonna let me nut inside of them? I don't want. We could end white people in a generation if you just fuck.
Which that's what Hotep black people think is the agenda, is to get rid of us and create a ambiguous culture.
Interesting.
We're back in Hotep. We always talk about Hotep.
Back to Dr. Umar.
We always talk about Hotepism when we get on this show. I love that we get
back to Dr. Umar.
Well, you know what it is now. That ideology has kind of trickled over into the black gay community. There are a lot of black. Oh, don't let the black gays on that side of the conversation catch me talking like this. They gonna come for my ass real hard. There's a big conversation happening right now about like. Wow. If you lay down with the white man as a gay black man, you are a buck breaker. You are bending over for the oppressor. They're copying that language, and there's like I guess. Yeah.
That's insane because there's no way, like I'm gonna guess Dr. Umar not the most LGBTQ friendly guy. Like there's no way those Hotep guys are like big on. It's like this weird thing of like almost like you're not gonna get accepted here. It's like black Republicans,
but
right?
I don't even think I don't think it's acceptance.
Or I'm sorry, gay Republicans.
Yeah, I mean,
either one. Yeah. Famously,
I don't even think they're craving the acceptance of like a Dr. Umar type. They're just adopting the language to speak on a greater thing of like.
A cultural thing.
Yeah, like
overall for black people in general.
In general, of like a conversation of like this is like erasing, but it's like no, we don't produce. So number one, we can't do that.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I mean, it's a tricky conversation to have.
That is
I'm
interesting.
not gonna stop fucking anybody I want, so that ain't gonna stop me. But like, I think that like. It's interesting to me the way, like you said, like gay Republicans. I mean, have you seen the black revamp of Candace Owens?
No.
I'm loving this like spin she's doing.
What's she doing?
She's like showing up on black media, like going to Breakfast Club, like talking to black journalists. Like she's like kind of doing like a a little circle to the community.
What's she trying to do? Is it working? I don't know.
I think she's trying to run for president.
I can see that.
Which, honestly,
you're in?
I hear it out. How crazy would that be? Our first black woman president. Well, this was like staunchly Republican. I think that's what this country deserves. Actually,
that's true. This was actually a come town bit where Mullen. It was a great point. How the funniest thing in the world would be if the first woman president was black or any minority, because then white women would have to pretend they were happy for them, you know? Yeah. And it's like, and you could tell, and then if it just kept going, it was like black woman president, Chinese then goes back to like Latino guy, then white guy, and it never gets to white woman. How it would be, they would be so pissed for like 50 years, and they have to keep pretending they were happy about it.
I'm gonna say
that would be hilarious.
If we had a black woman as the president and she was Republican, we might get revenge. Yeah.
She's like, big mistake. Yeah. She's like, you fell for our ruse. I will be appointing Dr. Umar Secretary of State. It was a Republican Trojan horse.
And the
white slavery is coming back.
And the first thing we're getting rid of is Loving v. Virginia. Goodbye. and all interracial marriages are annulled.
They've been dissolved in the eyes.
Segregation is back. We're having black only water fountains. White people, y'all don't get water fountains.
White people have puddles now.
Y'all drink from the street. Drink from the sewer.
I love it. That would be that's how to do it, folks. It's not going to be through Obama.
He's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
It really, to me, it's like, he's not coming back.
No. He's making Netflix documentaries.
Oh my God! Hey, did you see Rustin? Look, I love Carmen Domingo. I love the moment he's having in Hollywood. But that movie was so boring. But it's like, the Obamas made this.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna be. It's like what
like book report ass movie.
Dude, I just remember when he left office being like, all right, like I was like, this is gonna be good. He's a young president. Like I remember like just doing the mental gymnastics to be like, okay, he couldn't get everything done he wanted to in his term, but as like a figure in our politics that just kind of like looms over shit. And then at the second he's out of office, he's fucking paragliding with Richard Branson. He's paragliding with billionaires. It's like, no, of course he's not going to do anything.
He's a rich dude.
He's a rich fucking, he's a part of the, like, he's a part of the, the same thing with like, I mean, the reason fucking Joe Biden's fucking dementia ass is president is because Bernie was winning, and then Obama makes the call to all the moderates to be like, everybody fall in line behind Biden.
I was an Elizabeth Warren guy, but I also like, which is like really gay.
Yeah.
As I was saying it out of my mouth, I was like, that might be the gayest thing I've ever said. I was down for Elizabeth Warren. I just thought she was like really smart, and I'm like, this is. But I knew,
and she was pretty liberal
she had
too.
No chance. Yeah. But it was like, damn, that's
no sauce.
Yeah, she ain't had no sauce. Yeah, she wasn't out here calling people bitches to their face. Not enough. Not enough. You got to match with this motherfucker.
I know. She would have gotten worked by Trump.
She would have
gotten
worked
by Trump.
What was he calling her? Pocahontas?
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. Yeah, I mean, he's so funny. There's no way we can pretend he's not the most fucking hilarious guy of all time.
People hate when I say this.
But they're lying to
when I met him, I met him before.
Oh yeah, because he did SNL.
I wasn't there when he did SNL.
Oh, you weren't.
I used to work at like a restaurant down in the financial district, and like back in like 20. This before the election, before he got into politics.
Yeah, before he got into politics, he was
so nice when I met him.
Funniest guy of all time. Everything he did was hysterical. I mean, we've talked about this before. In college, we would play him talking about Rosie O'Donnell. We had like memorized that like monologue. He was like talking about how he's gonna fuck her wife and like I'm gonna take some money out of her fat ass pockets, and we were just like, who fused with Rosie O'Donnell? It was like
besides Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Yeah. And then it became he became. Everything funny about him also just translated
into darkness.
You're like, damn, but it was still. Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, he was a good tipper. Also, I was like, oh my God, he was like holding court with the table, talking to me all nice or whatever. I don't remember really what he said, but it was just like, oh, this is the guy on TV that I like. Yeah, and then here he come down that fucking escalator. I'm like, well, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Shane's met him before. I think he met him at UFC, and he was just talking about how it's like, he's just an old rich guy who compliments everyone. He's just like He just tells everyone they're handsome. Yeah. He literally told every man he saw he looked very handsome. And it's like, that's hilarious. He's a rich old guy who's like, you look beautiful. It's like telling other men they fucking look handsome is such a funny move. Anyway.
My goodness.
Whatever. We're not going to solve the election right now, but we can solve some people's problems, Alex. I think with your expertise, we can really help our friends here. So, Eldest, why don't you dial up some? And by the way, do you have anything to plug? Anything you want people to check out? Or
I forget the date, but at the end of July, I will be in Nashville. Okay. And I'm doing a Zanies? Yes. Zanies. I'm trying to remember the name of the club. So yeah, they already have it online. So just get on the calendar, go to the end of July.
You gonna hit the road a little bit when you guys are off?
I don't really have a whole lot of dates set up yet. But I'll probably tell people that. My Instagram is public.
Yeah. Check out his shit. Check out Alex's shit. Great point, my friend, who's on this podcast right now. I just want to take a break from our riveting conversation to highlight the listeners of this show, because we've told them over and over again, hey, give us a 5-star review. And some of them will do it through the kindness of their hearts, but others, they need attention. And we're here to give it to them. So what we're going to do here occasionally on this program, when we don't have a mid-roll advertisement, we will highlight some of our favorite 5-star reviews. You'll get on here if you're witty, you keep it quick, and it's 5 stars. Take the 4 stars and shove them. I don't want to hear, this is North Korea media as far as I'm concerned. And listen, you can trash us. You can trash me and Eldest, but give us 5 stars. Trash us personally, say something nice about the show and give us 5 stars. You can be on it. We prefer if you didn't. Here, for example, our friend Joel Ocasio says, maybe some connection to Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, who knows. Best show he's ever heard. Stavvy baby could bang my girlfriend if I had one. This is the only show that I am checking my phone every 10 minutes the day of an episode is to come out. Sounds like Eldest needs to be doing a little better with the uploads. Love it. Keep doing it. And if you ever make a movie, please use an all-Albanian indentured servant crew for the set. Yeah, right. And the fucking cameras go missing overnight. Nice thinking. But thank you for that 5-star review. Here's one from Skolnia, the best comedian podcast right now. Wow, that makes us feel good. Listening to this show as a balding man has given me the confidence to grow my hair out. That's what I like to hear. No one has a better time with guests and gives incredible life advice while being funny. I even love Eldest and his incompetence. Hey, it's shocking how good Eldest is. This show, the fact that this show comes out at all is incredible. He really pulls it off. Here's one from Han Jason. I peed. One of the best podcasts. Are You Garbage episodes insanely funny. Love those boys. My coworkers now think I have a disability or I'm on lots of drugs from laughing so hard. Well, that's what we can hope for, is that your coworkers think you're fucked up on the job thanks to this podcast. Thank you for those 5-star reviews. Do we have any more? That's it for this ep. One more? Sure, Just Too Drunk. Without question, the best podcast out there. Stavvy is witty, funny, and incredibly easy to binge. Jeez, Jess, thank you. Best Patreon out there as well. Only $5 a month. You get exclusive episodes ad-free. That's correct. One of the only comedians I can not recognize the first name of and decide to listen to anyways. Stavvy introduced me to so many incredible comedians and puts them on. I do like doing that. A real comedian's comedian. If I can go back in time, it would be to when I found Stavvy's World. Eldest, you rule. Now that's beautiful. Eldest does rule. And thank you for putting an organic plug to the Patreon in there too. We're just doing this to get 5-star reviews. But hey, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, Just Too Drunk, they are right about that. We also have a great Patreon, and we don't miss. We've never in almost. Is it over 2 years? How long have we been doing this? A year and a half?
I think it'll be 2 years this fall or winter or
2 years, yeah, that's right. 2 years in December. Yeah. In a year and a half, we haven't missed an upload ever. We've been late like only a handful of times.
Yeah, sure. There's been a handful of 10 p.m. uploads.
Right. Eldest is on the day it comes out, it's come out at 11 p.m., which... Are you even doing it that day? Not really, but hey, he was probably on vacation and assured me it wouldn't affect his work quality. He could definitely find Wi-Fi in Hawaii. But either way, we've never taken a day off, and we won't. We record in batches so that the people have a steady stream of podcasts. But thank you for the 5-star reviews. Keep them coming. We love you. And Now, what were we talking about, buddy? All right, Eldest, play us a couple calls.
Okay.
What's up, Stavvy? I work in a service industry job, and I just made a horrible mistake by hooking up with a coworker last night.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And she's cool and everything. She's a little bit older than me. I'm like 23 and she's like 29. But like, I'm worried it's going to make things awkward at work because there's no way that nobody talks about it or anybody is able to keep this under wraps.
Yeah, of course.
And I was also hooking up with a different coworker prior to that.
Respect.
Who still works there. So now we're all going to be working together, and everybody that we work with is going to know
this fucking dumbass.
that I'm a piece of shit. And quitting this job is not an option. Like, I'm kind of working myself into like a management position. And yeah, I just don't know the best way to make this go over as smooth as it possibly can.
I love it.
I don't know if that's possible.
It's not.
But yeah, I would appreciate it. Thanks.
I love these calls. This style of call is
This nigga
awesome.
work at the Bear.
Yeah. It's literally like, go ahead, were you going to say
An
something?
aspiring manager at a restaurant. I'm sure he won't be fucking any other employees.
I know, dude. First of all, there's the culture of working in restaurants. You're 23, and you're like, it's not an option. Let me tell you something. It is an option.
Yeah, you're so young.
You can fucking go to a different seafood restaurant.
Right.
But also, I love this genre of call where people do something horrible and they're like, it's the equivalent of like the call is like, they don't call you to talk them out of the murder. They call you to help clean up the body.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you did it. You already you knew what you were doing. You're a young dumbass. And listen, I'm not even judging you. That's what working in restaurants is.
That's what it is.
Were you ever working in restaurants?
Yeah, always. I mean, there was a lot of women a lot of times that I worked with, like waiting tables, stuff like that. Usually the guys were like the chefs and like front of house sometimes too. But like, I think like, how is it impossible that no one talks about it though? I'm like, I'm wondering is the dynamic there?
No, they're gonna talk about it.
You think?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know that people just be like publicly being like, I fucked him, right? Or like,
come on, in restaurants they weren't gossiping about who was fucking who.
I don't really recall there being a
like
lot
behind
of that.
each other's backs. You don't think like if you're in a restaurant and somebody and the new girl fucks the fucking chef. You don't think people are gonna start whispering about that?
Maybe, I guess, or even like just like the way people behave around people who have hooked up, I guess, could be obvious.
And I'm just going off because I never worked service industry. I was always too clumsy and stupid, and you couldn't remember.
I mean, you spend a lot of time with these people. You spend like 15-hour days with them.
Totally. But I'm working at like just offices. Oh, it spread. Who fucked who was all over. It was all over the lunchroom.
But I kind of want to say, I feel like he's overestimating the impact of it. You know what I mean? Where it's like
possible.
People be fucking, and I think we're at a point in time right now where it's just like, oh, you fucked him? Yeah, I fucked him too. Okay, yeah, let's just put these chicken wings on this fucking plate and let's keep it moving. Like, well, I don't think it's as deep as, but I don't know their relationship either. So I don't know.
But I do think you might be onto something where it's like, look, dude, you might actually be the little piece of ass they're passing around.
Right, exactly.
You're worried about all their feelings. You're 23, she's 29. I don't know how old the other girl was. But you might be for the team. You don't even know that. You might be getting your fucking little boy pussy worked over. You might be getting, sexed into TGI Fridays. That's a possibility, you know?
That is a possibility.
Now, I think, my guess is maybe, she's 29. I mean, you also can't tell though, because people who are like career, like service industry people that aren't doing it to do something else, or even if they are, and like if let's say this woman's like a 29-year-old actress who it just hasn't happened for her for fucking 8 years,
and now she got to settle into this position,
and so like sometimes it can go either way. I could see it going either way because it's like these people are either like whatever, I'm just trying to get a nut off this guy, who cares, or like people start getting desperate when shit doesn't go their way, and they've been a waiter the whole time, and no one's buying that screenplay, and like you just never know, right? So we do need a little more context.
I'd say,
and it also matters on how
low key.
Yeah.
Just
how he handles it.
Just I think how he should go about it is like, don't bring it up unless somebody else brings it up to you, because you can't control like people talking about it behind your back, but you can control like your engagement with it. Like they can know whatever until they confront you with it. Maybe just like don't even bother. Don't even let it change the way you behave.
Yeah, don't try and get ahead of it.
Don't try. Yeah, like you didn't harm
low,
anyone,
brother. Yeah, lay low.
You didn't harm anyone. Just kind of like, you had your sex. They got theirs too.
I wonder
just
though.
Leave it alone. Yeah.
I agree with you, but I wonder. The thing tripping me up is what the different coworker,
the other coworker,
because we don't know anything about that, and we don't know anything about this one either, because he's just said it like it's a hookup. Like, was it a drunken hookup? Has this woman been pursuing him for a while? Has he been pursuing her?
Involved?
Were there did he dog the other girl? Right? Like, is the other girl maybe somebody his age who wanted to date him, and he just fucked her and like kind of ghosted her and just ignores her at work?
He cream pied both of them and said, "I love you" when he came.
You're the only one for me. Looking in my eyes, and then he cream pied her.
Or he fucked one of them better than the other. Right. That's another conversation. You know what I mean?
That's another one.
He sucked your toes. He didn't suck my toes. What the fuck? Yeah.
There's a lot
missing here. But
we don't know a lot.
Just err on the side of just like leave it where it is. If they are talking about it, hey, whatever.
I also just sometimes you get a young call and it's like, it doesn't really matter. These are the mistakes of youth. There might be fallout, but guess what?
Life is not over.
You'll figure it out, and the next time you're presented with this, you know how to behave. And also, even though the importance he places on this job, I'm willing to bet my life you're wrong about not quitting this job, not being an option. It is a huge option.
I mean, I'm curious, like, where he lives and, like, because, in his voice, it sounds like, oh, yeah, this is, like, I need this job. Yeah. It feels like that. So
and look, you might need a job, but it's still the same thing where it's like...
But you're 23. Yeah.
You're 23.
There's so much opportunity waiting for you in your life.
Like, a 23-year-old... The manager might have said, yeah, man, one day I could see you doing this. Right. And in his mind, he's working towards a management position. You know what I mean? Like, I've been that stupid where I'm like, things have dawned on me after the fact where I'm like, that guy doesn't even remember what he said to me. I remember that gig that I took you to in Fredericksburg, the first one where we were smoking clove cigarettes in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
So there was this guy, I did a bringer, right? And,
gosh, I missed those.
I did a bringer at a seafood restaurant when I was 19 at College Park. And a lot of my friends from high school went to that school. And it was like, oh, Stav's going to go do stand-up. So I brought, like, you know how it is when you first do comedy. And, like, and a bringer, for everybody who doesn't know, is like, you have to bring at least 5 people. Yeah. They're the worst shows in comedy.
Because your friends are laughing only at you, and they're not as the rest of the show.
Because these are really shitty promoters that don't want to do any work, so they prey on new comics who can still get people to come. Because after a while, even your best friends, it's like people come the first 5 times you do stand-up.
And then they're like, dude, how many times do I got to pay?
And then exactly.
And 2 drinks for this.
Yeah. And then
these same 10 jokes, 10 minutes.
Totally. And then they won't come again for a decade unless you're successful. Now my friends come, right?
Yeah.
But back then, so that it's this whole business model to take advantage of these dumb little these 19-year-olds doing stand-up, right? Yeah. So I go, dude, we must have like 20 people from high school came. I packed the place out. I crush, of course, because you had all your friends. And, the jokes are horrible. Horrific jokes. 19-year-old fat hack. Like, some might say I'm still a fat hack. But imagine, if you think I'm bad at comedy now, think about me, 19. I've done it 3 times in my life, right?
Humping the stool.
Dude, yeah. No, I just didn't have the confidence, but I wanted to. It's a lot of like, I'm too fat for that. I can't even wipe my own ass. That was literally one of the punchlines. Anyway, I cry. What feels like to me crushing, and then this other comic who was on the thing, he's like, dude, that was fucking awesome. Like, you should come do my fucking thing. And it paid $50. I was like, holy shit, I'm already getting paid gigs. I'm gonna make it, right? And then this, for my entire stand-up career, this was a big moment. I always looked at this thing as like a huge thing. And I was like, and it still was cool. Like I did pretty well. We obviously didn't bring any people because it was like 2 hours away, right? But I was like, it was really fun. And Eldest came with me and we made like a whole thing of it. And years later, he was originally from Boston. Years later, that same guy is working at I'm opening for Bobby, right? And we're in Boston and he's hosting. He happens to be hosting, right? And I'm like, oh, dude, what the fuck? It's crazy to run into you. It's been years. And he's like, yeah. He's like, hey, man. And he's like, he's excited to see me, but he doesn't really give a fuck, you know? And he's like, and the first thing this guy says to me is like, yeah, man, I mean, we did that show, and I just thought you were going to bring like 30 people. That's why I gave you that thing. And I was like, what?
That's some truth.
You didn't think I was the next fucking rising star in stand-up. He purely saw how many kids I brought, and he was like, this guy's going to bring fucking... He's going to fill the room. Yeah. And my whole life, this thing that I thought was like a sign, I'm destined to stand-up, was just a guy wanting to sell...
Using you for your friends.
He wanted to sell $300 more tickets, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what, like, and I was younger. I was about this age. I was like 21, 20, whatever, 19. And so I think it's very possible that you, like, are you really being groomed for a management position, or did somebody just give you like did a manager give you a compliment? I'm just saying, all this shit.
You're in your head about a lot of this.
All this shit is not, and I know it's when you hear this advice, it doesn't feel good, because I know to this guy, this little love triangle and his job is the most important thing in the world. This will not matter to you in 3 years. None of this will matter to you.
You won't remember those women.
Yeah. So, but yeah, lay low. Whatever happens, happens. And I would just say, really reconsider how not an option, how much of a not option it is to quit. And I'm not saying don't have a job, but I'm saying, maybe look at other restaurants, look at other stuff. If you really
if it's uncomfortable,
exactly.
But if it's fine, if everybody's just chilling and nobody's talking about it, don't be paranoid about it. And be like, y'all are talking about it. Like that's not gonna bode well for you either. So just chill.
Just go about it.
You brought up the bringer shows though. When I started doing bringer shows, I used to log into Grindr and have dudes come to the show. That's how I got my people in. And then they would like message me and be like, hey, what's up? And I would already be gone.
Weaponizing these guys' horniness. Wow, that's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Damn. Imagine being that horny, you go see open mic level comedy.
Yeah, stop. Weren't you always doing that with chicks too back when you were 20 years old?
I would get all these pussy to come by. Come on. Just begging for my cock.
And sometimes they would like bring their friend too. I'd be like, oh, I'm over my threshold.
That's hilarious. I love that. You know it's funny? You should have been like, hey man, I'm not there anymore, but there's 3 other horny guys in the audience. Why don't you guys all suck each other off?
If you go on your grid, you can see all 0 feet away from each other. So good luck.
Honestly, probably not a bad consolation prize. If I'm those guys, I'm like, all right, whatever. Hit us with another one, Eld.
Hey, Stav.
I know the transcriptions are so funny.
I'm calling because I have a question for you regarding dads. My dad has basically always been like a fail dad my whole life.
Classic.
He fucked everything up. He always fucks things up. Anyways, he recently lost his job, which sucks, you know. But he keeps finding these other jobs that just aren't legit. For example, I think most recently he's gotten involved with a like multi-level marketing team.
Oh no.
I don't know if he realizes that's what it is. But all I can think about is how much this could torpedo him downward even more than he already is.
Oh my God. Oh, no.
I have a 3-year-old little brother. I'm 30.
What?
And I just like worry about their future. I worry about their security. And I don't know whether I should tell him that, like, Dad, I think you are working for an MLM. I think you're going to get fucked over. Or if I should just, like, sit back and support him. I can't imagine any dad wants to hear that from his daughter, that, like, she thinks what you're doing is probably a scam.
Pause that.
But
I mean, just right there, you see what kind of relationship they have. She's like, any dad wouldn't want his daughter to warn him about a scam.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that says about your relationship with your parent? That like if I told my mom Ma, this guy's stealing money from you, she'd be like, oh, you saved me again, Stavro. Like she'd be so like a healthy that just says so much about how your dad can't ever have you like correct being him, right, or like he has such insecurity, which probably because he's a fucking idiot who's fucked everything up. Yeah. He has so much insecurity about being corrected about something that if this guy is in his feelings about you trying to stop him from getting scammed, you're not like being a cunt to him for no reason. You're lovingly trying to make sure your 3-year-old brother has clothes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that. Anyway, let's keep going, Eldest. Let's finish here.
But I don't really know what to do. I don't want to end up in a couple years seeing my dad and being like, wow, maybe if I had said something, he wouldn't be in such a bad place now. Anyways, yeah, I love your show.
Oh, man.
Thanks for listening.
Tough. This is a tough one.
Bye.
Oh, man. Having a dad that just doesn't know how to operate and function as a person, that must be
tough.
Very stressful. That it's stories like this that make me thank God that my dad was in prison most of my life. Because I think I can truly see a path like of my biological father being like this, and I'm like, oh, I feel for you, girl.
Do you see your biological father at all, or
the last time I saw him during the holidays, he had hip replacement surgery. No, he got into a car accident.
Okay,
which then triggered him like he had to like I guess he's like still in the process of like suing whatever truck company that hit his car, and then he got hip replacement surgery following that. But what he never told me was that the hip replacement, he has needed that hip replacement long before the accident. Yeah. So he's trying to get the company to pay for it. The reason why he has been needed, the reason why he's been needed it is because he was shot several times during a drug deal that went wrong when I was like 2 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Every time I come here, I give you a stupid crazy story about my father. Yeah. So I feel for you, girl.
So you get it. If anybody gets it,
on the dumb dad shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, like, I have questions too because I'm just like, what is his like education level?
Sure.
Like, I mean, the fact that you're 30 and your brother is 3 is telling me a whole lot of other stuff too.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. Like, that's crazy.
The decision making. Hold on.
Bad decision making. And the brother complicates things because, look, if it's just your dad and he's a piece of shit and like, you know, you can be there for him, but it's not your thing. Like the little brother's really tough. Yeah. Because it's like, look, without him, if your dad fucks his life up, that's sad, but hey, he's a fucking adult. He's your father. It's not like...
Yeah, I mean...
But with the kid, it's like, fuck.
It is around in your 30s when you start to just like... And this is said ad nauseum now, though, but you realize, oh, yeah, like, your parents are like actual human beings that don't know everything, that be getting fucked up, like, that just be fucking... Yeah, I don't know. It feels like she may have to take that 3-year-old brother in.
Legitimately,
if he's not willing to listen to reason, I'm like you, Stav. I'm like, you can't be worried about how his feelings.
Definitely,
you got to be straight up with him and be like, yo, you fucking up. You need to find like a real good, honest job. Yeah. He need to go work at that restaurant at that last college.
Truly,
he need to get him because like and I wonder how old her father is.
I know
like it's too old to be, but I mean, if you're falling for that, you got to be of a particular age. You got to be like, he got to be at least 60.
Well, you never know. I mean, this guy could have had her when he was 20. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it's still 50.
Still 50,
60, something like probably in there.
So, I feel bad for the dad though. I feel bad because it feels like I don't know if he's like aggressive or if he takes correction or whatever, but there's like a charm to it for me where I'm like, oh, he's just kind of like a guy who fucks up. Because, I fuck up sometimes. I want him to, like, kind of see life in a more narrow, like, straighter path. But, like, I've been there.
But, I mean, that makes so much sense that you would have that opinion because your biological dad's like that. But you also, because your stepdad got to have stability. Yes. So it didn't negatively affect you. And your mom was really great about when he was, you know what I mean? Like, so you kind of got the best of both worlds in that you can have a lot of empathy because your dad didn't fuck your shit up. But, you know, at the same time, you see where he fucked up, and so you can hope for the best. And yeah, I feel for this guy too. I mean, I feel for anyone that's desperate enough
I wonder if her
to
mom is
fall
alive.
for an MLM. I mean, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'm going to guess if she is, the kid ain't hers.
Yeah,
I'm going to guess this is a half brother.
Usually, I mean, or the fact maybe her mother, like I'm gonna say her mother is alive. They're divorced.
Definitely
and
not together.
Because if her mom, well, I don't know. It's just like there has to be a woman somewhere to be like, hey, get it together. That's not his daughter.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, that's the other thing about this guy. You're right.
Because it's not her job.
30-year-old and 3-year-old kid says to me like, yeah, there's these fuck ups that maybe are handsome that can scam their way into like living off a woman essentially. Yeah, you know, like that's a very specific type of archetype of shitty dad that he might. And you know, we're not even talking about like the most handsome guy of all time. We're just like, you know, he's a 6 amongst 3s. You know what I mean? But
I think the key here though is what you said, Stav, is where she says, "I can't imagine my dad wants to hear from his daughter." Say it anyway, just like because
it doesn't matter what he wants. Right, he's off that. You know, and also and that's again. That sentence just says so much because you can tell she never just says what she thinks. She always has to worry about
his feelings. And honestly, girl, if he don't take the correction and his shit spirals and he gets scammed out of all his money, call Child Protective Services and just get your brother out of that situation.
Yeah, literally, truly. I mean, that's
if you're that concerned, you know what I mean. Take action because you don't want it to get too far and then your brother is like fucked up on some shit over this shit.
Yeah, but you definitely should say something. And look,
should definitely
if your dad's gonna be fucking weird about it, then it's like, all right, well, fuck. It's like you don't talk to me. Because you're at this point.
Don't come crying to me when all your money is leaked out of your fucking account. Like,
definitely say something. And also, like, really think about, you know, what kind of relationship you want to have with him. I get that your brother definitely complicates things because if it was for the brother, I would say, if it was for the brother, what my advice would be, tell your dad, if he responds poorly, give him an ultimatum that he cannot talk to you that way. And if he ever crosses that boundary, just cut him out of your life. If you've said he's failed you so many times, that's what I would say. Now, again, the brother complicates things a little bit, but you still shouldn't allow your dad to kind of like behave any way he wants towards you. Yeah. So definitely say something, see how it goes, feel it out. But, you know, and ultimately, as hard as it is to say, you have to realize this isn't your job. You can't.
That's number one.
You cannot be trying to fix it. He's your parent.
But he's also a grown ass man.
And he's, you know,
a grown ass man. Yeah. You a grown ass woman. That grown ass man is making his own grown ass decisions.
Yeah, and I'm saying he's your parent in that the relationship should be. He needs to be worried about you surviving. Like, it's crazy.
It really should be the other way
That's
around.
the whole job. Is he raises you. You can't be. I know, you know, and I definitely feel, you know, there's a little projection here, maybe for sure, because I definitely feel that way about I feel like I have to take care of my whole family, so I get that. But if all they're going to be is if this guy, all he's going to do is like be a headache for you, you know, you can't worry about that, and you have to start kind of at least standing up for yourself within the context of this relationship if you want to have one with him. And as sad as it is, and I'm not going to tell you fuck the little kid, but like he's got a mom, he's got a dad. Even the kid is not your responsibility. Now, if you, obviously, you know, what is technically your responsibility and what, like, emotionally is a responsibility, it's like, obviously, I'm not saying if you feel the need to help him out, but just keep all that stuff in mind and, you know.
Part of me wonders, like, how down bad the dad really is. I mean, obviously, like, doing, like, a Ponzi scheme, Cutco knife, or who knows, whatever the fuck he's fucking with, like.
Yeah, dude, you're a 50-year-old man who falls for that?
Yeah.
How fucking stupid do you have to be?
At the same time, like, yeah, I do wonder, like, you know, is that little kid's mom, like, around? Like, how down bad are they?
Yeah, we don't know that.
Because there's, like, a lot of contempt in this girl's voice, like, separate from, like, what a dumbass her dad, like,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she's just, like, you know, it's like, ask yourself, are you just, like, so mad? Is this just yet another small but not that big of a deal thing in the grand scheme of, like, your dad's, like, countless, like, endless fuck-ups? And, like, are you just becoming incensed because you're so close to it? You don't know how to, like, control your contempt for him.
Right.
Well, it's also, I agree with you that it also, we could be reading it wrong, and it's like, if you are in an MLM and maybe he lost his job, but they have... Because this happens sometimes with shitty dads where they get it right on the second family, where they're like they're around more for that kid.
Yeah.
They have a woman that supports them, and you know, it's potentially that this kid isn't like danger or anything, and maybe they have a woman in their life that the kid's mom is more responsible, and she's worried about her dad getting like scammed out of their responsibility, and like, you know, there's a little mix of that. So I would say if there's no like immediate danger, you definitely should warn. I mean, either way, warn him. But yeah, you're right. We don't know exactly which one of those it could be, because I think the one you're talking about, it's like that to me says more of definitely tell him he's getting scammed. That if he's being a cocksucker to you, just tell him to fuck off, because and then like just see what happens. But if this is the difference between like he could be homeless tomorrow,
right?
Like if it's like his Forerunner gets fucking gets what's it called, repoed.
Yeah.
If it's like his SUV gets repoed, he can go fuck himself. But if it's like he can't fucking afford ramen for his fucking toddler, maybe take a little bit of a lighter touch with it. But yeah,
because regardless of what you say, like, and regardless of how he responds, he's still gonna be thinking about that. He's still gonna have to like process and like think about, like, even if he's mad, he'll still like go to sleep at night being like, something ain't right.
You've at least planted a tiny seed. Now you never know with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's tough to get it through some of their heads, but we don't know everything. But yeah, you at least did something. And again, in these situations,
you did something. You took action.
It's also more for her,
right?
Like, I don't think she needs, like, for you should say something, because your relationship to your father shouldn't be what does he want. Yeah, it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? So. Anyway, good luck.
Good luck.
Tough stuff.
It's a lot of good lucks today.
It's mostly good luck, man.
Be blessed.
Yeah, yeah. Life is pain.
As my mother says.
Yeah,
Be blessed.
Hey, Stavvy. I want to say this first. You remind me so much of people that I grew up with in Highlandtown. It's so funny. I love your show. You're fucking awesome. I just remember so many fucking Greek people calling me Balaka. So, anyway, buddy, I'm glad you're doing well. So, recently, I've been hit with, you know, pretty much divorce is coming my way. I kind of suspected that things were falling off, you know, for the last 6 or 7 months. We've been together almost 7 years.
7 year itch.
Back in September, we had like it was kind of like a rekindling of the relationship, and we had sex with our friends, like a foursome in
damn,
Nashville.
That took a quick turn.
And I don't know, I just felt like things were.
My show.
Yeah, tell the guys that fucked your wife to come to the show to go see Alex.
Bring each and every last one of them.
On such a high. And I don't know, I felt unstoppable. But then she became distant.
Pause this.
And
yeah, you know, we were having some problems, but you know, we had group sex, and after that, I was like, well, there's no way this is falling apart now. That you felt unstoppable. That's when you were like, things are good, not like one nice month of like, you know, having dinner together every night, and like, that's fucking wild.
That's wild. Yeah.
And, you know, apparently she's been seeing somebody just a little bit longer than the time that she's asked me for this divorce. So anyway, after
that's
like
tough,
just beating the shit out of myself for the past 2 months, physically and mentally, I've asked her to leave because, you know, it's like, look, if you got some guy that you're fucking and you'd rather be with him than me, then it's natural for me to get my house back. You know, I'm keeping my kids. She said that she doesn't want to fucking take the kids from me in the first place. But I still feel guilty that I'm, like, pushing her out.
What?
I don't know. Should I feel bad about asking
what?
her to leave, even though I was, like, trying to co-parent with her? And also, like, I know that women go through postpartum and shit. We got 2 kids. And I hear this all the time, that women snap. You know, they just decide one day, nope, don't want my family. I'm going to fucking go fuck a bunch of weird dudes that, you know, seem attracted to me right now. usually black guys.
Oh, you really is from Highlandtown?
Yeah. Wow, you are from Greektown after all. This is the guy. This really is a guy I grew up around. Yeah, dude, you know how it goes. A bitch gives birth, something's rewired in her head. All she wants is fucking gorilla dick all day.
Oh my god!
This fucking guy had to.
I didn't know niggas was gonna get catching strays in this story.
We're literally like, this poor guy, and then he's like, usually fucking black guys come in.
Oh my god!
Fuck my wife. God,
that part was so unnecessary.
I know. It didn't. Okay, we would have assumed it was black guys. But you didn't have to say it.
Oh no,
that's crazy. That's so awesome. God damn, dude.
I love the opposed to, but anyway. Oh my goodness,
so awesome to me right now. Usually black guys, as I am. But anyway, like. Part of me is holding on to this idea that marriage is real and people stay together forever, but I just feel like I've been a naive bitch this whole time. Mm-hmm. Do you think I should hold on?
No.
And suffer?
Hold on to what?
I appreciate your thoughts. Love you, Stav.
Well, what I can say off rip is that I can appreciate his, there is a level of, emotional intelligence because he is coming through with the postpartum and he understands. I guess he's trying to rationalize it. He's trying to empathize and kind of see it from her angle. But if she hasn't outright said that and she's just acting out and doing whatever the fuck she wants, you have every reason to tell her to get the fuck on.
And also, it's like, look, I know what you mean, but I didn't really necessarily read that as empathizing, more as grasping at straws.
Sure.
To me, that read to me like he's trying to put together some far-fetched reason why all of a sudden his wife wants to fuck other guys.
It's like a broken man being delusional.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if we just once she gets on meds and clears her out or this gets out of her system, I can have my family back, kind of thing. And so you don't really feel bad for her, I don't think. I think you feel bad that this has been taken from your marriage and everything's been taken from you. And just to go back to the you thought the foursome was the rekindling of your and hers relationship? That's wild, bro.
You were giving her what she wanted before she started doing it by herself.
Yeah, right. You're clearly grasping, and I get it, and it's completely understandable how he's feeling, right?
Right.
Yeah, you want your this is why. It's the more you grow up, and again, you get mature, you're I remember being, and it's not like cheating doesn't bother me, but when you're in your 20s or whatever, and you don't understand how complex people are, you're that's fucking, that's complete. How do people get back together after they cheat? And then you realize, someone can cheat and they can regret it, and also your life can be so much more important. Even if someone caused you some serious hurt, the rest of your life together is so much more important that it's you can get over it, and over time you can start to rebuild whatever. And I get it. He has this family. He has what he wanted. But bro, the whole postpartum thing, the all of a sudden women snap and they just want to fuck. It's just that's just the 1 out of a million chance this is happening. But like Alex said, she hasn't communicated any of that to you.
If she hasn't, then it's oh, well, you are perfectly allowed to go with your gut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she asked for a divorce.
She asked for it.
You claiming you're kicking her out is almost there's this weird trying to take the power back thing happening here. Where you get, and I get it, you feel emasculated. You feel fucking neutered. She cheated on you and she asked for a divorce. And now you're trying to be well, it's my decision to kick her out, and should I feel bad about this thing that is definitely my choice?
I'm very curious. And it's I'm very curious though if his decision to kick her out was when she found out that the niggas was black.
Yeah,
that's the nail of the
coffin. It couldn't have even been a light-skinned Puerto Rican. It had to be a brown-skinned black guy that played college basketball.
I say go with your feelings. Don't protect her.
Yeah.
By pushing your feelings aside. You know what I mean? Because you don't need to be dealing or living in that discomfort. I
think we're dealing with a guy who's got a lot of psychological stuff going on. Yeah. Because there's a little bit of this of should I suffer through it a bit longer?
Right.
I think on some level he knows this is over, and what we've got going on here is someone trying to get some power in the situation, and also almost like it's almost like suffering through it is almost like he's fucking giving himself lashes, like he's trying to like punish himself, and maybe once he does that, it'll all be solved. But I think you need to unfortunately come to grips with the situation that she's asked for a divorce. You're within your, if what you really want is her out of the house, then she's got to come out of the house. And if you were hoping that you would be like, get out of my house, and she'd be like, what am I doing? I'll get our family. I can't do that. Then we lose our family. Like, didn't happen. She's like, all right. Like, she basically called his bluff.
Right.
And you're trying to pretend.
Because he really doesn't have any control over this, honestly.
No
too.
control.
And that's the thing. It's like, she's going to want to do what she wants to do anyway. So you just have to, like, bow out, at that.
Yeah, take control of what you can control, and that's accepting what's going on.
Yeah, holding on and suffering through is not how you maintain your mental health, friend.
Not at all, my friend. Not at all.
Telling you now, yeah.
Yeah, so, maybe skip the NBA playoffs this year. It might
protest.
Yeah. Root for Jokic. Bet big on the Nuggets. Good luck though, buddy. Goddamn. Man,
people going through it out here.
They really are, bro. They really fucking are.
Hey, Stavvy. So here's the situation. I've been dating this girl for about a year. About 3 years before we started dating, I hooked up with a totally different girl, just a one-night stand, drunken affair, super fun. 3 years later, I start dating my current girl, and now we've been dating a year. My current girl her best friend is this girl who I hooked up with a while ago. And I have never told my current girl that I hooked up with the girl from a long time ago, even though they're best friends. I feel like my girl should know that. So do I tell my current girl that I hooked up with her best friend? Now, the kicker is that I don't think that her best friend told her that I hooked up with her, which I think is I think that my girl should know because they're best friends, but it's just eating me up inside. Do I tell my current girl that I hooked up with her best friend 3 years ago?
This is a homeboy from the first letter in the next 6 years or some shit.
This is really interesting because there's a couple very juicy elements to this. The funniest thing of all would be that 3 years ago, you hear his voice. This is not a guy that fucks that much, right?
My current girl.
Yeah, and so 3 years ago, he had a one night stand. It is very possible that this girl doesn't remember him.
It is what I thought.
Very possible.
From the first sentence, I was like, "Well, does she remember this?"
Have you what have her vibes been? What have this Look, this happens to people. Like maybe you caught her in a time. I remember I hooked up with a girl and I was like, "Damn, I think I was like, this girl's cool. We're kind of hitting it off." And it was like, no, she was like her fucking engagement had fallen apart, and she was fucking like every guy she ran into,
and she was
fucking guys at convenience stores. You know what I mean? Hey. Like we went out a couple times and I got pussy. She fucked the guy she told me after 7-Eleven once. So it's like, I read this. To me, she meant a lot more than I did to her. Right? I was a parade of cocks. She was trying to help get through like a dark time in her life.
I've been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I was a few years ago. I was like in a Kennedy Fried Chicken at like 2 a.m, and this tall black dude came in there behind me. He was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Hey," and he's like, "You don't remember me?" I'm like, "Hey, no, what?" Yeah. He's like, I was in your room. I was in your room like a while ago. I'm like. He got so fucking mad. I was like, bro. When I wanted to say something, I was like, bro, you're probably right.
Yeah. We probably fucked, dog.
Sorry.
He thought he was about to, dude, he thought he had a great night ahead of him. He was like, shit. couple fucking 3-piece, and maybe some head for old time's sake.
Old time's sake, yeah.
He was like,
spin the black. I was like,
I just fucking came up big.
I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Sorry. So yeah, I felt the same way you felt. I was like, I don't know if she remembers, but also there is a world where she does remember, and she's just like, you know what? I ain't saying shit.
I'm not a snitch. I'm not a snitch. So this really is like a really fascinating. Yeah. This is almost like realpolitik. It's like, what's the right move? It's like, it's stratego. It's like, do you just sit there?
They've been dating, what? Him and his current girlfriend been dating 1 year, he said?
Yeah.
So, it's not as tricky because it's just like, okay, you've only been dating 1 year.
But like, honestly, imagine. If we, like, I love when people talk about best friends because we can always immediately talk about me and Eldest. If you fucked a girl I dated for a year and I didn't find out, I would be furious if I found out.
Really?
I would be like, because it'd be weird. Like, why don't I know?
Why?
You know what I mean? Like, I show her a picture, but again, this is different.
So you would rather, in that case, you'd rather him tell you.
It also is different though because
it depends on how you would like to find out that information. Most people would.
But I also know every girl. I've been there. Like I've got notes on pretty much every girl.
If I get pussy, everone's hearing about it.
we were. I mean, that's also not fair because we were. We were roommates. Like we literally know almost every time we fuck.
I just think, do I tell my? I think yes. I think you tell her.
If it's eating him up inside.
If it's eating you up, it's like that's coming from a genuine place. Tell her. I think most people would rather you tell them up front that something happened like that instead of finding it out. You know, finding something out like that is always like, why? Then it's like, why didn't you tell me about this? Because then it's like, if either one of y'all tell her, if the best friend tells her, if she remembers,
right.
If the best friend tells her, now she's mad at both of y'all,
right,
for not even saying it sooner. Rather than, it's better if you tell her because then it's, well, I don't know, because then she didn't.
No, I think it's actually the opposite. I think if the best friend tells her.
I'm changing my mind on it too.
I could see the best friend finessing it in a way that all the animosity is aimed at him.
How about this? How about you both come together? But see, how embarrassing would it be if he went to the girl, to the one he hooked up with in the past and was like, we need to come to her and tell her this so that we can get rid of this discomfort. And she's like, I don't remember.
Yeah. Like, that's the funniest outcome here, unfortunately.
Like, okay, since you don't remember, and I'm like, let's just call it here. And
let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, this is kind of wild. I mean, that's probably the best advice too. Yeah,
I think he needs to leave it be. Because it's like, he's been with a girl for a year. Yeah. That's pretty bad if she's just now finding out about this. Now, here's why I think he can leave it be right now. He'll only open Pandora's box if he brings it up to the friend. Right now, they both have like reasonable doubt.
Détente.
Maybe someone forgot. Great.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. It seems like she hasn't. It seems like she hasn't told the friend the girl he's dating. So. You know, unless he really pisses her off or something crazy. It seems like this girl's down. She knows what's up, and she's like, "Let me let this be. I got dick a few years ago, and whatever."
And it happened before they were. It's not like they were fucking while they'd been together. It was before that.
3 years before they started dating.
And that was so long. Like
and said, how old are they? 3 years can be a long time. I mean, 3 years is a long time either way.
I think as long as him and the friend never address it, then he's good.
This is like the first letter. It's like, hey, just chill.
This
like,
is
no fire, no smoke, no fire. Let's
but the problem is, here's the, and I agree. Generally, I agree. Mm-hmm. This comes down to what kind of person are you? Mm-hmm. Because the problem, I agree with you from a strategic standpoint. No brainer. It's let sleeping dogs lie. It's like start convincing yourself it wasn't her. Let's go full. Let's go full Costanza with it. It's not a lie if you. It's not a lie if you believe it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The full.
You could play that game.
You could.
Like, I don't remember. My bad.
I truly didn't remember. I'm so like I thought you looked familiar. Mm-hmm. Anyway, strategically, that's the advice. Mm-hmm. The problem is this guy. Clearly, the guilt might get to him. And it's so funny because he doesn't have anything to feel guilty about. That's also why I say this is not a man who's fucked that much. Because it means a lot. A one-night stand means something to him in a weird way. It carries this weight that it really doesn't carry.
But I think just because of the proximity, though.
Sure, the friend thing.
You know what I mean?
It's more. Maybe it's more than why I say it's more the like fucking your best friend to him means, you know, it's like it would be like I just feel like she has the right to know. So I do think it comes down to strategically there's the like you have no real incentive to stir the pot. It's like, you know, we're fine. This you know, we both have a nuclear weapon pointed at each other.
Right.
No one wants to fucking drop it, right? Like no one wants, it's mutually assured destruction. But it comes down to his guilt thing. And it's like, will this affect the way? And unfortunately, I would say if he can't live with just it always lurking, which I also understand, you know?
Because if they've been together for a year, that means the best friend has been around and known about you for the same year and has kind of carried this information with her as well, and is just like willing to like let it lie and not intervene, and because I'm sure she doesn't want to be at odds with her friend now at this point too, since it's been a year that y'all been together. She definitely doesn't want to start a pot and lose her friend
unless she's a lunatic
from 3 years ago.
Unless she's crazy and is keeping it in her back pocket. That's the
main as a play.
That's the main thing. But even that's, if you do, that's like even crazier.
Get into it over something, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I fucked your man 3 years ago."
And he never even told you, fucking bitch.
Now you catching a stray
here. That's the one thing, and it's like, so I don't know.
This is a landmine of situations.
What would I do? What would I personally do?
I think
I would let it lie because guilt. I've learned guilt doesn't really get to me as much as it should, probably.
I mean, it's
but I wouldn't even feel guilty. I'd be like, you know what? What I would say is if it came up, I'd be like, look, it was a long time ago.
Right.
I wasn't even really sure. Whatever. Like, it was a long time ago. I wasn't even positive. And, like, it didn't mean anything. It was we just hooked up, and I didn't know if she forgot. Like, it felt weird to bring it up, and I'm sorry. That's when you can apologize if it becomes weird. That's probably what I would do.
For not bringing it up. Because, like, I mean, you can't feel sorry for having fucked 3 years ago.
But you can feel sorry for not bringing
the information.
I didn't know if I thought it was weird to just bring it up out of nowhere, it just kind of happened that way, and now it's even weirder that this bitch is bringing it up trying to get one on. If in a scenario where she would bring it up, you know what I mean?
Trying to weaponize
Exactly. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
I think he needs to try like living with the guilt for a little while after he comes to peace with the fact that he isn't gonna bring this up. Because it's like, it's a weird thing, because it's like, you know, someone you're dating for a year, if this is someone you're like proposing to or something, maybe that's something you want to clear the air on before you like, you know, get married or something like that, but when you're with them longer. But it's like,
even then it's like weirder almost,
but it's like, I think, you know, if the guilt is too much for him, this relationship will not last. And I feel like they haven't been together long enough for it to matter that much for him to come clean on something like that. And
a year you're getting there.
A year's a while.
A year you're getting there though.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tricky because it's like,
I mean, I know you're a married man who's been in a relationship for fucking, but as someone who hasn't been, like, this motherfucker's talking about 4 months. It's the most serious relationship he's ever been in. We're talking to two, you know, slutty boys over here. That a year sounds like a fucking eternity.
It's a long time
to like be like, you know, spending time with each other, sharing, and like, you know, telling what you think is like, you know, people think you're telling the truth and like exposing, being vulnerable.
A year can go either way.
It can go either way. Yeah.
Where for sometimes if it's, what's a year mean? It's like you see each other 1 to 2 times a month. Like you see each other 2 times a month for a year. That as opposed to you stay over each other's house and spend, you know, have like go on trips, do all this shit.
I'm also curious about his current girlfriend. I'm like, how cool is she? Like, is she just gonna be?
She might know.
She might know.
That's the other crazy thing.
We've been talking about it. I've been waiting for you to say something.
You might come up to her fucking hands sweaty as shit, and she's like, "What's going on?" She thinks you have fucking testicular cancer,
right?
And you're like,
"I fucked a friend 3 years ago.
Me and Jessica hooked up," and she starts laughing.
She's on the phone. He finally said something.
So that's why.
Waiting on you to say something. Yeah,
that's why. I know.
I hope that's the case.
That's why this is the funniest call, because the funniest thing when she already knows and doesn't care, or the girl doesn't remember him. There's two hilarious landmines he could be stepping on.
Hope that's one of. I hope it's one of them.
Yeah. So anyway, dude, you from your scumbag friends, we say let it lie.
Just chill.
Pussy. You got a nice one for us to go out on, Eldest?
Sure.
Hey, Stavvy. What's up, Eldest? What's up, guests? Hope you and yours are well.
Thanks, bro.
I'm 21 years old, by the way, just in case that matters. Me and my trans-masked boyfriend. I just had our first threesome, and it was really great. I was able to calm my nerves with a little bit of weed and chewable tablet that will not be named.
That's right, until they pay up. You hear that? Another opportunity for you guys to get free fucking advertisement, but no dick pill companies are fucking cashing in.
That was a Flintstone.
Could have been right there. Yeah, it was a Flintstone. It was a fucking multi. It was a multi-day. Go ahead, Elvis.
And the guy we had over was chill. He was kind of ugly. Dick was kind of small, so the next guy we're going to get is going to be a little bigger.
Damn. Imagine being this poor guy hearing that review. Imagine being this guy being like, yeah, pretty fun threesome.
Damn.
It was like, yeah, he was ugly. Dick was little as fuck.
Damn.
Great call so far. Keep it going, Eldest.
He was kind of ugly. Dick was kind of small. So the next
Wait, was it you, Eldest? Did you fuck these guys?
But the problem is that me and my boyfriend are kind of into different dudes. My boyfriend wants to get this bigger dude, kind of looks like a baby Jason Momoa or something.
Okay, sounds pretty good.
And I'm more interested in this small kind of theater gay. Both are still packing from what we can tell.
You know, they're actual guys. They're not
These are real guys.
I just like earlier
gay
boys,
guys,
man.
awesome.
You know, I'm not into burly dudes. So
that's so. Pause this. Just let me tip my hat to the community, Alex. Like these guys have pictures of guys, and they're talking like, well, which guys should we fuck? It's like, well, they both have big cocks, but I kind of like a little guy, and they're like in a relationship,
like a fucking QVC catalog.
It's like we can't agree on the same curtains.
It's literally like a straight couple talking about dishware. It's like, which guy should we nut inside of? God, salute.
And this is what the Republicans think we do all day long. And they're right.
Like earlier boys, man. You know, I'm not really into burly dudes.
Okay.
So what I'm wondering is, how can I coax my boyfriend into jumping ship for the theater gay without making it too weird? Because, you know, I don't want to start nothing, not seem too into this dude. Because obviously I love my boyfriend more than anything.
Sure.
But, yeah, we're probably going to end up with the Jason Momoa guy anyways by the time we get to this. It won't really matter to me. It's still fun. But I'm just wondering if you have any advice for how I can
just do both.
Proceed.
Exactly. Here's the thing.
It doesn't seem like a end-all be-all. No. It's like,
yeah, this does not sound like their last threesome they're ever going to have together.
Right. It's like, look, it's
y'all
literally...
both can get what y'all enjoy.
Just wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait until it's Jason Momoa time. Like, you got to suffer through some theater gay dick for a little bit. It's packing, he says, so you're going to enjoy it somewhat.
Well, he wants the theater dick.
He wants the theater dick.
So he wants...
But it's not like they're staying in the house with y'all. Like, it's like y'all are still in your relationship.
Yeah.
It seems like you can still have your cake and eat it too in this situation.
That's exactly the best part of being a gay guy, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And so...
Because it seems like they're open.
Yeah,
from what it sounds like they're in an open relationship.
Yeah, or at least they fuck guys together.
Yeah.
So because
they can't agree on the same thing.
It's the nonchalance we were just talking about how it being curtains or whatever dishware. that's the positive because it's like we actually didn't get it right. It's not curtains because those are forever. It's are we getting Thai food or pizza? And yeah, man, the same way you decide. All right, you know what? This week we get Chinese. It's all your call. Next week's mine though. Yeah, I get to choose.
It's give and take.
Yeah,
it's give and take. Yeah.
It's the easiest thing in the world, bro.
This is easy. Yeah,
come on.
Because it doesn't seem like your boyfriend is like pushing you to like not do your thing either. It's like. Yeah, we got Momoa week and we got theater week. And now, that's how we switch.
Exactly. Yeah. And now if your boyfriend is like, no, I don't want to do that. That's an issue.
You can raise the issue. Well, I did your thing.
Exactly.
So and then maybe that's why you have to have a conversation.
You have to have a deeper conversation.
Well, how do we meet in the middle and find the dick that we like on the person? An amalgamation of the Momoa with some theater energy. Yeah. How do we get that?
But even that, I would say, sounds like you're. From what I can tell, your boyfriend seems pretty cool.
Chill. Yeah.
He'll roll with the punches. So switch off, bro.
Because I'm wondering, does he complain about the big dudes?
He wants the big dudes.
Does the boyfriend complain about the big dudes?
I think he probably is. I think he's probably saying something, but
it's more like either one of y'all can complain if y'all both actively participating. Right, and it's just like, well, dog, as long as everybody getting their nut off, dog, it don't even really fucking matter at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, I wasn't craving pizza today, but fuck it. But
I'm hungry.
Pepperoni, yeah. And it's like, fuck it.
I haven't ate in days.
Yeah. We'll get dumplings next week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
be all right.
You'll be good. Right. But good for you. God bless you. God bless the gay,
beautiful love
the gay
story.
community.
That was a great one. Yeah, that was good. It felt like there was no work that we had to do. No, it was just like
easy lift.
You don't have to coax your boyfriend into doing any jumping shit. No,
just fuck them both, man.
Yeah, compromise.
Respect. What a beautiful thing to go out on. Thank you, Eldest. Alex, thanks for coming, bro. Another great episode.
Fucking time, guys. I'll tell you before we go. This show, I've known you forever.
Yeah.
And I forget the gravity of like your fan base. When the last episode came out, I didn't even know it was out yet. I was like at like La Colombe getting coffee in the morning, and like I get like cornered by like 3 like young dudes in like North Face coats, like, oh my God, that's you. I was like, me. The people in the coffee shop was like, who are you? I was like, yo, I didn't know you was on your old school Tonight Show shit where like you make celebrities overnight. I'm like getting recognized at fucking coffee shops and shit. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be here every time you ask me.
And you're our favorite. Yeah, and a very specific. Very online white boys, man. You'll be a celebrity for 2 weeks.
Truly, I feel like the man. I was like, oh, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah. No, you were fucking awesome. I'm like, this is great.
This is a great episode. We'll definitely have you back, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.